How important do you think it is that they've addressed the line? I mean, we've talked about that a number of times, and clearly they put a high emphasis on getting guys to block because they spent on the right tackle, who was the most expensive on the free agent market, and they used the 10th pick and got another tackle that was really highly rated.
Yeah, I mean, the question I asked, I wrote about, I talked about on podcast last year was, will this line kill them? They seem pretty good everywhere, but is the line at least going to be average? And the answer was no, the line killed them. They specifically their tackle and also that right guard spot that Austin Corbett couldn't handle. So, yeah, and that's the thing. And I know, and you brought it up, Dave, when we were going through the roster, and people have brought this up a lot. Nobody is perfect 1 through 22 in your starters, right? So right now, if you're looking for a weak spot, it's like, where's the weak spot? Well, it's linebacker because they're relying on some young guys that didn't spend any money there. I would much rather be weak at linebacker than offensive tackle. So they took Joe Schobert's money and gave it to Jack Conklin. And last year, they tried to patch it together with Greg Robinson, who in the end was a rejected draft bust that they thought they magically fixed. And it turns out, no, you didn't. And Chris Hubbard, a guy basically who was the sixth lineman. He's not really a starter. And they kept him as a swing guy now, which is great. But John Dorsey, he was a sixth lineman in Pittsburgh who had to play because of an injury, and John Dorsey gave him starter money. That is not addressing your tackles. First, 10th pick in the draft and the most expensive guy in the market, that's addressing your tackles. And the most important position to address are the ones that have the greatest effect on the game. They lost games last year because their tackles weren't very good. I do not really think they're going to lose games in 2020 because their linebackers are young, right? Because you can't be super strong 1 through 22. So it's about figuring out where you are willing to be the weakest. And I think they've just been smarter about addressing that area because the big question last year was the line, and it killed them.